Hey everyone, welcome to the show.
Great to be diving in today.
So imagine your brain actually having a conversation with you.
Like telling you it's tired or frustrated.
Exactly. Revealing its frustrations, maybe even its love, you know? That's kind of the emotional heart of what we're getting into today.
We're talking about a memoir,
Yeah, the book is All of Us Atoms by Holly Dawson.
and it's really an exploration, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. It's this very personal look at Holly's relationship with her own mind, her
Mm.
body, especially as she's dealing with memory, illness, and figuring out her identity through all that.
It's very raw, very honest.
Totally. Think of it like eavesdropping on an internal conversation. You get these really vivid memories, reflections on family, love, time passing, all that big stuff.
And what really jumps out, I think, is how she gives a voice to those internal processes.
Yes, that was something I absolutely loved.
It's almost like they're characters inside her head.
That personification, yeah. It was unique. You get this real sense of the brain being weary.
Yeah.
It struggles its affection, even.
Right.
Here's that one line, don't be cross with me, my love. I am tired. It is so tiring being your brain.
Yeah.
That just, wow.
It really hit home, didn't it? It makes you think about the sheer effort going on inside us, stuff we don't even notice.
Yeah, this, partnership between our conscious self and all the biological machinery working away unseen.
And what that means for identity. Are we one thing? Or are we more like a committee?
Huh? Yeah, committee. Another thing that really stuck with me was how she treats memory, even really small ones. Like there's this bit about just having beans on toast with her grandmother. It's simple, right?
Yeah.
But she gives it such weight, such meaning. It's like these little snapshots become these massive anchors for her.
And that feels very human, that need to find meaning in ordinary moments, doesn't it? Building a story from these fragments.
Totally. It seems crucial for her using these memories to understand where she is now.
Especially with the illness threat hanging over them. The idea of losing those memories adds this whole other layer of vulnerability.
It does. It really does. But then there's also this surprising humor.
Right. Even in really tough spots.
Yeah, like when she's doing cognitive tests or dealing with seizures starting, there are these flashes of dark wit. It's unexpected.
But effective. It's the way of coping, finding some light, maybe?
I think so.
That blend of humor and hardship, it makes her so relatable. It acknowledges the kind of absurdity sometimes, the resilience.
Yeah, it stops it just being purely about suffering.
Exactly. It gives you these moments to breathe.
Okay, so on the flip side, was there anything that maybe didn't land quite as well for you or required more effort?
Well, I wouldn't say it didn't land, but...
For me, sometimes the stream of consciousness style, it could get a bit dense.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
The thoughts shift really fast, different perspectives pop up. I really had to focus sometimes to, keep all the threads straight.
But that style, it kind of mirrors consciousness itself, doesn't it? That constant flow, thoughts bumping into each other. It's not always neat and tidy.
That's true. It does feel authentic to that inner world.
It's trying to capture that internal monologue, I think.
And similarly, some of the more abstract ideas she explores about the self, about identity, they weren't always, immediately easy to grasp. They took a bit of chewing over.
Sure. But isn't that often where the really deep stuff is? In those abstract bits?
Yeah, probably.
She's wrestling with huge questions there. What makes us us? How does our internal world shape how we see everything else?
Definitely food for thought.
Mm.
So, thinking about everything, the honesty, that unique voice, the way she handles memory, I'm going with 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, I think that feels right. It's a really compelling, very human journey.
It really is. Offers some powerful insights.
So what's the one thing you think people will really take away from it? The big idea.
For me, it's probably that reminder about the constant chatter inside our own heads. The hard work our minds are doing, mostly unnoticed. And how much meaning can be packed into just tiny little fragments of memory.
Yeah, appreciating that inner world a bit more.
Exactly. And maybe thinking about how we even talk about this stuff.
The limits of language, yeah. Trying to describe these really internal, often fuzzy experiences.
So we've just scratched the surface today, really, looking at how she navigates that inner landscape and her place in the world.
It's a lot to unpack.
Definitely. So if this deep dive into memory, self-discovery, all that complex stuff, if it resonated with you, please do like and subscribe.
Yep, helps others find the discussion.
And there's a link to the book on Amazon down in the description if you want to check it out yourself.
Highly recommended.
Thank you so much for joining us for this exploration today.
We'd love to hear what you think.
Yeah, absolutely. What moments stood out most for you? Let us know your favorite takeaway in the comments below.
And share this with anyone else you think enjoys these kinds of deep, personal memoirs.
And maybe just leave you with this thought. In our day-to-day rush, how often do we actually stop and just, listen?
Listen to that conversation happening inside.
Yeah. Acknowledge the complex, sometimes weird, always ongoing dialogue within our own minds. Something to mull over.